Get to the back of the line!
Yes, sir!
Class 1170, present yourselves for graduation. All uniform personnel, attend. Honor guard, post the colors. Color guard, attend. Harry. Colors. Ready. Cut. Present.
Prepare to both. Holder. Come. Move.
All uniformed personnel. Holder.
Come. Present. Holder. Right turn. March.
All uniformed personnel. Enemies.
All, please be seated.
Flag. Seat.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the graduation ceremony of Class 1170. My name is Steve Duty. I'm a training operations supervisor here at the U.S. Border Patrol Academy. I'll be your master of ceremonies for today's graduation. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Onstage ceremony party. Starting to my far right, Jason D. Owens, Chief Patrol Agent of the U.S. Border Patrol Academy. Christopher R. Holtzer, Executive Director of the Field Operations Academy. Matthew J. Rogow, Deputy Chief Patrol Agent of the Big Bend Sector. Next, I'd like to recognize the staff members of the U.S. Border Patrol Academy that were instrumental in the success of this session. Some of these staff members could not be present today as they were busy instructing other sessions. Would the staff members please stand as your name is called and remain standing? From the Operations Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Gustavo Gomez and Border Patrol Agents Sarah Cabrera and Frankie Lebron. From the Spanish Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Edgardo Colon Rivera and Border Patrol Agents Juana Gonzalez Cedeno and Cruz Ramirez. From the Physical Techniques Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Victor Medrano and Border Patrol Agent Benjamin Camacho. From the Firearms Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agents Jason Clark and Juan Camacho and Border Patrol Agent Kevin Roberts. From the Driver Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agents Alejandro Ramirez and Kajoya Daniels. From the Tactics Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agents Adam Baird and Gustavo Ruiz, Attorney Hassel Netema, and Training Technician Rhonda King. Ladies and gentlemen, the staff of Class 1170. Please be seated. The U.S. Border Patrol Academy allows family members or influential persons who are current sworn officers the honor of presenting the Border Patrol badge to their graduating relative or mentee. Please stand and remain standing when I call your name. Customs and Border Protection Officer Raul Alvarado, 24 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Cesar Arroyo, 11 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Jose Arroyo, 15 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Joseph Fernandez, 13 years of service. Customs and Border Protection Officer Jason Matheson, 2 years of service. Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Aaron Ruben Lara, 9 years of service. Customs and Border Protection Officer Kenneth Price, 24 years of service. Chief Customs and Border Protection Officer Neil Ritchie, 19 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Jose Uvaldo Delgadillo, 16 years of service. Customs and Border Protection Officer Dario Salinas, 3 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Julio Vasquez, 14 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Marlene Vasquez, 13 years of service. And Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Jesus Hernandez, 26 years of service. Ladies and gentlemen, please give the guests of 1170 a round of applause. Thank you, and please be seated. Each graduating class selects one of its members to address the audience during the graduation ceremony. Class 1170 has selected Border Patrol Agent Justin Garcia. At this time, I'd like to ask Agent Garcia to come forward and address the audience.
Good morning and welcome to the 1170th United States Border Patrol graduation ceremony. How do we start, class? My classmates and I would like to thank you all for being here on such a special day, but most importantly, we want to thank our families for their sacrifices over these past 6 months. I know I don't only speak for myself when I say you've all been a vital part of our success here. Feels like forever ago when we first started here at Fletc and hit the ground running. And listen to me when I say we literally hit the ground running. From the moment we stepped off the bus, we received the warmest of welcomes by the EOD team at Building 20, and it seemed like we couldn't do anything right. From our luggage, which we couldn't place in a neat and single file line, to placing a pen in our left pocket. Growing up, I was always told to find a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life. And this is something I could personally attest to from my time here, learning from the best of what this job entails. I love waking up every morning to this. I enjoy the work, the tough days, the long days, the days you just don't feel like the motivation is up. But when the day is over and you finally get back to the dorms to take off your boots and your loved ones call to ask how your day was, and you simply reply, it was like any other. But if they only knew what that truly meant. Thank you to the numerous instructors here that have shared their knowledge and experience with us to make the best product the patrol could possibly put out. You all have made such an impact on us that will last a lifetime. From the wonkiness at the range with Mr. Roberts, Mr. Camacho, Mr. Clark, to the seemingly endless mat room sessions with Mr. Medrano, Mr. Camacho, and Mr. Rangel, to chasing instructors around in pursuit drills with Mr. Ramirez and Mr. Daniels, to tactically moving as a unit with Mr. Baird and Mr. Ruiz, to learning how to speak Spanish with Senor Colon, Senor Ramirez, and Senorita Cedeno, or even learning the ins and outs of the laws we are set to enforce with Mr. Z and Mr. Greenwood. You all have truly made this experience one that we will never forget. The training and knowledge we have received here will only grow as our careers do. A special thank you to our operations department, Mr. West and Mr. Batchelor for starting us off at the academy and getting the wheels turning. Mr. Gomez and Ms. Cabrera for adopting us, and Mr. Maserati for babysitting us. Ms. Cabrera, a.k.a. our second mom, thank you for getting 1170 squared away. You put up with a lot, and I'm sure we have given you too many headaches to count, like my leather-lustered boots. Thank you for keeping us 10A and helping us become United States Border Patrol agents. Mr. Maserati, you've been there from the start. From uniform issue and drill ceremony to below 100 and peer support. Thank you for keeping us motivated. We couldn't have asked for a better role model here at the academy. We came here as individuals, but with the struggles of the academy life and being shut down for several weeks, we came together as a family very quickly. As we graduate and leave here as agents today, we become part of not only a much larger family, but a brotherhood. To Class 1170, thank you for your hard work and dedication to honoring the fallen by training the living. I want to wish the best of luck to each and every one of you. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and may we hold true to our class motto, honor integrity. With that being said, how do we finish, class? Thank you.
It's my pleasure to introduce you to Chief Patrol Agent Jason Owens. But before I invite Chief Owens to the lectern, I'd like to tell you about him. Jason Owens assumed command as the Chief Patrol Agent of the Border Patrol Academy on May 10th of 2020. He leads one of the largest law enforcement academies in the United States. Prior to his appointment, he served as the Chief Patrol Agent of the Holton sector, responsible for border security operations for the entire state of Maine. Chief Owens entered on duty in 1996 with Class 325 in 2001. Chief Owens successfully completed both the Border Patrol Tactical Unit Selection Course and the Border Patrol Search, Trauma, and Rescue Team Selection Course. He later promoted to Field Operations Supervisor at BORTAC headquarters in El Paso, Texas, where he led several counter-narcotics and counterterrorism operations, including deployments to Honduras, Colombia, the Dominican Republic, and Iraq. Chief Owens is a member of the Cherokee Nation. His sons are both on active duty serving in the armed forces. He holds both a master's degree in accountancy from Shorter University and a master's degree in national security strategy from the National War College. He is a graduate of the CBP Leadership Institute, the American University Key Executive Leadership Program, and the DHS Senior Executive Service Candidate Development Program. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Jason Owens.
So I only have a couple words to give before I turn the lectern over to Mr. Duty again so that our honored guests can speak. And let me just tell you, you are blessed to have two individuals here before you today that have a wealth of knowledge and experience. I know them both for a long time and respect them immensely. And it says a lot that they took the time out of their very busy schedules to come be here with you today. I want to turn my attention real quick to the instructional staff. We have thousands of outstanding Border Patrol agents out there on patrol right now, all across the country. It takes a very special breed of agent to not only be an outstanding Border Patrol agent, but to be able to impart that knowledge and make you what you are today. So if you would, please, how about one more round of applause for the cadre of the United States Border Patrol Academy. And as I look up at our honored guests today, the ones that are pinning badges, this is an amazing thing. I lost count of how many of you are up there, but it does my heart proud to see that gradually we're starting to get more family back engaged. And it says a lot about the legacy of Class 1170 that there are so many of our uniformed brothers and sisters joining us today to pin the badge on each and every one of you. I'm excited for you, and I'm excited for the class to get to experience that. That's a special moment for any family when you get to pin a badge on a fellow family member. And to the families that are out there, one day you will be here with us again, and we cannot wait for that day to happen. We're glad that you're able to join us remotely, but I want to call your attention to something. The emotion that you just experienced from the speech, the very passionate speech of Mr. Garcia, is something that is felt by each and every one of us when we get to this moment. I promise you that each and every one of us are having a hard time fighting it back as we watch Mr. Garcia's passionate speech. That is what this means to your loved ones. That is what they mean to all of us. They not only are joining this family, now you are too. So I would ask you to enjoy this moment with them for what it is. Enjoy this adventure that they are about to embark on, sharing it with them. And to Class 1170, I'll say to you once again, remember, they, your family, the ones that matter, are on this journey with you. Take them along. Let them share in these experiences. Just as you deserve this moment. You deserve to feel that pride. So do they. They have sacrificed as well. They have been without you for 6, 7, 8, even 9 months. And their sacrifice will continue as they send you out the door each and every day to the front line to keep this country and its people safe. I told you yesterday, these moments in life are far too few and far between. These moments of triumph and success. The rest of our lives are spent striving and working toward those endeavors. You do yourself and your family a disservice if you don't reflect and enjoy the accomplishment when it arrives. So I'll say to you one more time, I'm immensely proud of you. I wish you the very best. I hope that each and every one of you returns home safely at the end of each and every shift. I hope to see each and every one of you down the trail. Honor first and take care of one another.
Thank you, Chief Owens. It's my pleasure to introduce you to Christopher R. Holtzer, Executive Director of the Field Operations Academy. But before I invite Executive Director Holtzer to the lectern, I'd like to tell you about him. Christopher Holtzer is the Executive Director of the CBP Field Operations Academy in Glencoe, Georgia. He is responsible for the design, delivery, and evaluation of Office of Field Operations basic and advanced training delivered both at the Academy and in the field. Executive Director Holtzer entered on duty with the U.S. Customs Service on May 1st of 2000 at the Chicago Field Office. He has served several assignments at various southern and northern border ports of entry, including San Diego, El Paso, Blaine, Detroit, and Houlton. In 2008, Mr. Holtzer transitioned to the Office of Training and Development. While in OTD, he served as the Acting Assistant Director of the Use of Force Training Branch and Deputy Commander of the CBP Quick Reaction Force. In 2014, Mr. Holtzer was selected as the National Commander for the Office of Field Operations Special Response Team. As the National Commander, he directed the national and global operations of 150 SRT operators providing critical tactical support to border security. Executive Director Holtzer was appointed to the Senior Executive Service in 2021. He holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in criminology from the Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, Executive Director Holtzer.
Thanks, sir, very much, Mr. Duty. First, I want to thank Chief Owens and the incredible staff here at the Border Patrol Academy for welcoming me and allowing me to come, and most importantly, to 1170 for allowing me this honor to speak with you guys, and also allowing me the honor to run with you yesterday. That was outstanding. So I've been on this job now about 21 years, and I'm going to tell you that just for the relevancy. And I've been really, really fortunate because about the past 14 years or so, I've had the fortune of working very, very closely with agents from the U.S. Border Patrol. And so we've come a long way in CBP as we've grown. And so I like to say I was working alongside and had even opportunities in some of the things Mr. Duty had mentioned to even lead some integrated teams throughout those 14 years. So through that, I've come obviously to have a tremendous respect for what the U.S. Border Patrol does, but more importantly, I think is we've figured out along the way that how interspersed our missions are and how we work together to accomplish that one mission of protecting this nation, from bad people and bad things from coming in. So with that, I spent the day yesterday going around and seeing the training. So of that 21 years, I spent about 19 of that in training as well, in different levels of training in the field, in different assignments. And so I've been all over the world receiving training, delivering training. And this is my first chance to come to the Border Patrol Academy. And what I'll say to that is what I saw was nothing short of remarkable. So to the Border Patrol staff here, wow. What I'll say to you guys is
I think I can unequivocally say you've received world-class law enforcement training. In fact, I would even make the argument you might have received the best law enforcement training in the world in what you've received in the last 6 months. And so, but what's important with that now is it was training. In fact, I like to call it, you were playing dress up. It was fake, right? You had role players. You had fake uniforms, fake guns. Now, it's real. Leaving out of here today, you're a U.S. Border Patrol agent, sworn law enforcement officers as you walk out this door today. That's tremendous. I kind of mentioned yesterday too, and now you're part of something way bigger than just yourselves. Way bigger. You not just represent now Class 1170. You represent those other 18,000 Border Patrol agents that are out there. You represent those 63,000 CBP employees that are out there. And you represent them 24/7, 365. And so this is something that was shared with me fairly recently, which is pretty interesting, and it kind of really almost took me aback. So one thing I want you to remember is, as you go along, is the U.S. Border Patrol and CBP didn't come knocking on your door. You knocked on ours. Now, once you remember that, we're super glad you did. We're very glad to have you here. But what's important now is you need to be a productive member for the next 20 or 30 years, however long you decide to stay with us. We need you to be a productive member. We need you to be the ones that stand up. And now, how do we do that? People ask me all the time hey, sir, how did you do it over the last 21 years, or any career advice? And the best thing I've ever been able to come up with is probably the simplest thing. Be willing to work and be willing to raise your hand. That's it. And do whatever the job is. Whether it's the best job or whether it's the crappiest job. Because guess what? Even if it's the crappiest job, someone's got to do it. Why not you? And if you do the crappy jobs, you do them well, guess what? Then the opportunities start to knock on your door of things to do. So we'll tell you this too. So, it's not always pretty. It's not always pretty. We talked about it a little bit this morning, right? You're going to have bad days. Man, you might have a string of bad days. Heck, you might have a string of bad weeks. But how you react to those bad days or bad weeks is 100% a choice. 100% a choice. You can react to let it get you, or you can react to you get it, and you get after it. And you learn from it. And you put those little pieces, little tidbits in your pocket and learn from those things. And everything is a choice. It's all about your attitudes. So one thing I'll ask you too is be the change that you want to see happen. So we talk about leadership. And, a lot of times people want to focus on those of us that have been around a long time or been in a certain position or in certain positions and say leadership is our responsibility. Well, it is. But it's yours as well. I don't care what grade you are. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how much experience you have, how much experience you don't have. Leadership is every one of our responsibilities. And be that change that you want to be. So you leave here, I'm 100% certain, on the right foot. Again, I just told you, the training I've seen, absolutely 100%, you leave here on the right foot. So back to that choice of how do you continue? Do you continue staying on the right foot, working together, working hard? You got here absolutely by working together. I'm certain of that. So do you continue doing that and continue being that productive member of this team like you have done here to get yourselves here, to get 41 of you here today? The opportunities in CBP and the U.S. Border Patrol are absolutely endless. I've watched it grow over the last 21 years. It's completely endless. And again, by just going back to that, raise your hand and being willing to work hard. Those are the two most simple things I can possibly tell you. And I'm certain that in this group here, there's future patrol agents in charge, sector chiefs, maybe chief of the Border Patrol, maybe commissioner of CBP. But what I'll say to that as well is, regardless of where you want to be or what you want to do, work as hard as you can at every step of the way. Because we need people to work hard and the best of the best at every single position, every single level of this agency. So that's all I ask of you. And I'm really sincerely, as we turn guys like us, turn this over to you. You guys are the legacy. You guys are the next generation. We're on our way out. We got a few years left, and you guys are the ones. You guys and gals are the ones that are going to be the ones that take us to the next levels of things. So I'm again absolutely excited to see the things that you're all going to do in your careers, and again I sincerely appreciate you having me here, and I thank you very much, and good luck and stay safe.
Thank you, Executive Director Holtzer. It's my pleasure to announce to you Matthew J. Rogow, Deputy Chief Patrol Agent of the Big Bend Sector. But before I invite Deputy Chief Rogow to the lectern, I'd like to tell you about him. Matthew J. Rogow was the Deputy Chief Patrol Agent of the Big Bend sector. He assumed his duties on August 18th of 2019. Prior to his assignment in Big Bend, Deputy Chief Rogow served as an Associate Chief at U.S. Border Patrol Headquarters. Deputy Chief Rogow entered on duty with the U.S. Border Patrol on June 6, 1999. He was a member of Class 407. In March of 2006, he promoted to Patrol Agent in charge of the Sector Intelligence Unit in El Centro, where he worked collaboratively with internal and external partners to deploy technology, allowing for the covert observation of smuggling activities. In May of 2009, he was assigned the patrol agent in charge of the Wellesley Island Station in the Buffalo sector. He also served in long-term details overseeing Buffalo sector operations as the acting division chief and as the deputy section chief. In November of 2017, he was selected to associate chief in Washington, D.C. Deputy Chief Rogow graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Integrated Studies from Champlain College and completed the Customs and Border Protection's Leadership Institute. Ladies and gentlemen, Deputy Chief Patrol Agent Matthew Rogow.
See all these pages? Don't worry, you get to leave early. Maybe. All right, good morning. Thank you for the warm welcome, Chief Owens, staff of the U.S. Border Patrol Academy, Executive Director Holtzer, staff of the Office of Training and Development, our families, our distinguished members of family who will be pinning badges soon, and most importantly, the class of 1170. It's a privilege to speak at your commencement ceremony today and to acknowledge the accomplishments that each of you have achieved over these last few months. 22 years ago, I sat in the same seat that you're sitting in today in Brunswick, Georgia, at the Fletc facility there. As Mr. Duty mentioned, graduating from the class 407. I essentially sat in that same proverbial seat that you sit in today. I'm going to tell you, I don't remember much of the graduation. You probably won't either. I don't remember much of the graduation speech. What I do remember is the people who were sitting there with me, my fellow classmates. In my situation, my family got to attend, and certainly the cadre who had spent so many long months with me as a trainee, teaching me all the things we need to know as Border Patrol agents. With all of that said, I'll try my best not to bore you and hopefully leave you with a few nuggets. I realize that I'm the one standing between you and those doors over there, and the time off that you have deserved before you report to your station. Hopefully through this speech, I can invoke some thought, maybe some self-reflection, but I'll try my best to keep it from being a long speech. As I was thinking about what I would say to the first class that I'm speaking to of graduates, I spent some time reflecting upon my experiences. And I thought back to 2006 when one of the Border Patrol agents that I was leading in the intelligence unit was just doing some things on the side, and it was at that time that he took a quote. Some attribute the quote to George Orwell, but it's really a passage that Richard Grenier put together based on some statements by George Orwell. The quote, not really notable, but what the agent did with that quote and how he portrayed that quote with visual representation is what really caught my eye. He chose a background scene of the nighttime with 3 strands of barbed wire with the moon off in the distance. And the quote read, "We sleep soundly in our beds because rough men and women stand ready in the night to do violence on those who would do harm to us." At the time, I thought to myself, what a great depiction of the work Border Patrol agents take on. Often on your own. It took me back to my first arrest, getting out of the academy. On day one, field training unit. Here we were driving through the San Rafael Valley, south of Sonoyta, Arizona, just sort of learning our AOR. As we were traversing the valley, going from the west side to the east side, about a 32-mile stretch, we were close to the end when one of my classmates noticed two people walking south towards Mexico. Our FTO immediately sped up. It was his plan to get ahead of those individuals. There wasn't a lot of discussion between the classmates and the FTO. We essentially knew what we were doing because as we sped up and they heard the increased RPMs of that engine, those two people started running towards Mexico. As they were running, they dropped a backpack. Didn't think much of it at that time. Our FTO was able to get us south of those individuals between Mexico and them. And we eventually got to a point where two of my classmates ran one way after one of them, and myself and my other classmate ran the opposite way after the other one. They had split up trying to increase their chances of getting away. In that area, oftentimes, we didn't see migrants who were trying to walk north. What we saw was migrants walking south and people trying to evade us walking north with marijuana strapped to their backs. So ultimately, we gave foot chase. As we were giving chase, about a 200-yard chase, I was able to catch up to one of the subjects. My classmate was right behind me. I got a hold of the back of his shirt, and as I got a hold of the back of his shirt, he went to the ground. I went to the ground trying to land on top of him. And I did. And all of a sudden, I hear my partner yell out, "Gun." Think of how surreal that experience is. Think of where you're coming from and what you might experience on your day one. My training kicked in. Thought, I've got to control this guy's hands. Get his hands under control because I hear gun, and if he can't put that gun in his hand, I've done my job. Luckily, subject didn't provide much resistance. He realized he had been caught. My partner had drawn down on him. He realized the game was over. We quickly got him under control into a set of cuffs. And essentially, we had the situation under control. My other classmates who had given chase to the other subject also caught that person. I think it probably had to do with the fact that we just got done doing 6 months of PT. Just thinking. It was several minutes later that we returned from that, or that we returned to the area where they had dropped the backpack. And in that backpack was extra ammunition, radios, radio batteries, night vision, binoculars. We had just apprehended 2 scouts and really didn't even understand it at that point in our career. In fact, we didn't realize the impact of the arrest until hours and weeks later as we learned more about what we had encountered on our first day. I share this story because it's the most accurate reflection of what you could face on day one. It's also what you could face on day 5,625. You're probably thinking, where did I get that number from? Well, that's about how many days you will serve if you serve in this agency for 25 years. You need to understand this as you put your uniform on each day and know that you will be called upon to put every skill that you have learned and every skill you'll learn with your field training unit in coming weeks. It may be days or weeks between the arrests you make, but some of the things you will experience: success after a long track through the desert. Conversely, You will witness despair, injury, and potentially death after those same long treks, tracking after migrants. Just remember, your persistence and your pursuit of lawbreakers must shine. You will probably perform CPR on someone or a life-saving measure. They've likely broken the law, but your compassion for the humans that we encounter each day, that must also shine. You'll question people about the crimes they've committed. Some will be truthful to you and some will not. It will be up to you to make that case and see to it that your integrity of our border is upheld. You will take action under the staring eyes of bystanders and conversely in the most remote locations where no one's watching. Again, your integrity must shine and you must always act like someone is watching. Your work will exceed the bounds of pure law enforcement work. As you feed a young child, work with one of our partners, or talk to a concerned citizen or ranchers. Your professionalism must shine. I share these small tidbits, the story, and the quote, because you are the rough men and women. This is not to say that you'll be rough. In fact, I suspect you'll serve to the contrary. I suspect you'll serve with compassion. You'll continue to train throughout your years in law enforcement. You will continue to apply the training that you have learned. You will be thankful for the world-class training that you received at the Border Patrol Academy. And you will continue to perfect and honor your trades. I shared how this quote was portrayed in the picture because those strands of barbed wire in the darkness represent the conditions that you will work in. Don't ever forget that it will be you and your fellow Border Patrol agents who will be standing watch, bringing about the pursuit of justice with compassion, dedication, integrity, and professionalism. The United States Border Patrol thanks you for taking an oath to the Constitution, for volunteering to be a Border Patrol agent, and for caring enough about America's safety and security to take on this important job. I wish you nothing but great success, a wonderful career, and good luck to you as you start chapter 2 of your story when you walk out these doors today. Honor first.
Thank you, Deputy Chief Rogow, for those inspiring and encouraging words. We will now move on to the presentation of the awards. At this time, we would like to recognize the section leaders of Class 1170 with the Border Patrol Academy Award for Leadership. Border Patrol Agents Trayvon McKenzie and Brett Price, please come forward. The section leader position carries with it a tremendous amount of additional responsibility, aside from the same strict training regimen as the rest of the class. The Leadership Award commends the section leaders for their devotion to duty, leadership, demeanor, and professional attitude. Thank you, Agents McKenzie and Price. The Firearms Training Award is awarded to the graduate with the highest score in firearms training. Border Patrol Agent Gabriel Ponce, please come forward. The award signifies that the graduate has earned the distinction of achieving the highest firearms qualification score while demonstrating distinction in the efficiency of his service weapon. Thank you, Agent Ponce. The Physical Techniques Award recognizes the graduate with the highest score in the Physical Techniques program. Border Patrol Agent Joshua Salada, please come forward. Due to the physical demands of the position, Border Patrol agents are expected to be in good physical condition. Today's recipient has exceeded these requirements, and his achievement sets an example for others to follow. Thank you, Agent Salada. The Driver Training Award recognizes the graduate with the highest score in the driver training program. Border Patrol Agent Renee Salinas, please come forward. Today's recipient far exceeded the challenging requirements and expectations of a novice driver. His performance exemplifies the high level of attention to detail required to safely operate a motor vehicle during stressful situations. Thank you, Agent Salinas. At this time, we'd like to recognize the graduate with the highest academic achievement. Border Patrol Agent Jaime Cerda, please come forward. This award for academic excellence signifies that the graduate ranks number one amongst his peers in operations, Spanish, and law. His performance makes him highly deserving of the honor bestowed by this award. Thank you, Agent Sarah. The Honor First Award is presented on behalf of the staff of the Border Patrol Academy. Border Patrol Agent Justin Garcia, please come forward. This award is given to the individual who embodies the guiding principles of honor and who has demonstrated through his actions a level of integrity and commitment that exemplifies the values of a Border Patrol agent. Thank you, Agent Garcia. And our last award is the Fletc Directors Award. The Border Patrol Academy is a joint effort between the United States Border Patrol and the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. Working together, the two agencies provide the highest level of education available to law enforcement agents. Border Patrol Agent Gage Cornwell, please come forward. Agent Cornwell was nominated for this award by his classmates, and the award is being presented by Chief Owens on behalf of the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. Thank you, Agent Cornwell. The graduating class will now be presented with their badge and credentials, signifying that they have met the required qualifications needed to be a Border Patrol agent. And at this point, I'll turn the podium over to Border Patrol Agent Sarah Cabrera.
Good morning. My name is Border Patrol Agent Sara Cabrera, and I had the distinct pleasure of being the lead operations instructor for Class 1170. Graduates, please step forward as I read your names to receive your badge and credentials. Border Patrol Agent Daniel D. Alvord. Border Patrol Agent Carlos Alvarado Jr. Border Patrol Agent Edgar A. Alvarado. Joining Agent Alvarado on stage is his father, Customs and Border Protection Officer Raul Alvarado, 24 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Yesenia Arroyo. Joining Agent Arroyo on stage is her brother, Border Patrol Agent Cesar Arroyo, 11 years of service, and Border Patrol Agent Jose A. Arroyo, 15 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Thomas P. Blue. Border Patrol Agent Jacob E. Bigley. Border Patrol Agent Jaime I. Cerda. Border Patrol Agent Gage E. Cornwell. Border Patrol Agent Javon T. Everett. Border Patrol Agent Damian A. Fernandez. Joining Agent Fernandez on stage is his father, Border Patrol Agent Joseph A. Fernandez, 13 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Andre T. Freeman. Border Patrol Agent Daniel Garcia. Border Patrol Agent Justin T.M. Garcia. Border Patrol Agent Jonathan N. Hazelden. Border Patrol Agent Trelicia C. James. Border Patrol Agent Shanice E. Johnson. Border Patrol Agent Aaron C. Magana. Border Patrol Agent Brandon P. Matheson. Joining Agent Matheson on stage is his father, Customs and Border Protection Officer Jason P. Matheson, 2 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Trayvon D. McKenzie. Border Patrol Agent Daniel A. Mendez. Border Patrol Agent Mario A. Mendez Jr. Border Patrol Agent Clarissa A. Monsivais. Border Patrol Agent Alexis E. Morales. Border Patrol Agent Nicholas J. Mosoff. Border Patrol Agent Ryan Z. Muniz. Joining Agent Muniz on stage is his cousin, Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Aaron Ruben Lara, 9 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Gabriel E. Ponce. Border Patrol Agent Brett R. Price. Joining Agent Price on stage is his father, Customs and Border Protection Officer Kenneth R. Price, 24 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Akila M. Rains. Border Patrol Agent Caleb J. Ritchie. Joining Agent Ritchie on stage is his father, Chief Customs and Border Protection Officer Neil D. Ritchie, 19 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Daniel Rivas. Border Patrol Agent Angela H. Rivera. Joining Agent Rivera on stage is her uncle, Border Patrol Agent Jose Ubaldo Delgadillo, 16 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Joshua T. Salata. Border Patrol Agent Raymond L. Salaman Ramos. Border Patrol Agent Juan E. Salinas Jr. Border Patrol Agent Rene D. Salinas. Joining Agent Salinas on stage is his brother, Customs and Border Protection Officer Dario Salinas, 3 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Pedro J. Samaniego. Border Patrol Agent Christopher E. Skates. Patrol Agent Edward J. Urenson IV. Border Patrol Agent Alonso Varela. Border Patrol Agent Angelica M. Vasquez. Joining Agent Vasquez on stage is her brother, Border Patrol Agent Julio E. Vasquez, 14 years of service, and her sister-in-law, Border Patrol Agent Marlene Vasquez, 13 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Peyton B. White. Joining Agent White on stage is his father-in-law, Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Jesus O. Hernandez, 26 years of service. Congratulations, class.
Class, please arise.
Stand. Sit up. Nice.
All right, class, please raise your right hand, and you're going to repeat after me. I state your name.
Daniel Albor. Carlos Alvarado. Edgar Alvarado.
Yesenia Arroyo.
Thomas Blow. Jacob Bigley. Jaime Serra. Gage Cornwell. Javon Herbert. Damian Fernandez. Andre Freeman. Daniel Garcia. Justin Garcia. John Hensley.
Garcia Trent. Chinese Johnson.
Aaron Magana. Brandon Matheson. Trayvon McKenzie. Daniel Mendez. Mario Mendez.
Clarissa Montevay.
Alexis Morales. Nicholas Molsoff. Ryan Muniz. Gabriel Ponce. Brett Price.
Akiva Rain.
Taylor Ritchie. Daniel Rivas.
Andrew Rivera.
Joshua Salada. Ramos Araman. Juan Salinas. René Salinas. Pedro Samaniego. Christopher Skates. Edward Urenson. Alonso Varela.
Angelica Vasquez.
Baby White.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
on which I am about to enter.
on which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Class of 11 standing, congratulations.
Agents, please be seated.
Class. Seats.
In closing, I want to thank all the family, friends, and visitors for joining in the celebration of this session's achievement.
Section leader, dismiss your class for the final time. Class, stand! Sit up!